Welcome back. It's new comic book day, and I'm Comic Man Andy, and you're in the Comic Man Andy Comic Cave and Comic Dojo. Say that 5 times fast. And if you're as excited about new comic book day as I am, you're in the right spot. Sit down, sit back, buckle up, handcuff yourself, chain yourself. We're going to talk new comic books. Stay tuned. Semper Fi, do or die. Happy birthday, Marines out there all around the world. 246. What am I? Oh, God. Am I dating myself now? 246th Marine Corps birthday. Holy sheet. Yes. Welcome back. It's Wednesday. I'm pumped. I'm amped. I hope you guys have brought the energy because we are going to get into this. And we've got a very special occasion tonight. A couple of announcements. I might even get a little bit personal with you guys tonight and share some stuff. But we had White Tiger, Ruben Guzman hanging out, Cowabunga Fan, Bearded Adventures Assemble, and they did. We definitely assembled. Harley, what's up, man? We definitely have cookies. No cookies for this guy here, but there are cookies in the household. Perry Comics, happy new comic book day. Good to see you, man. If you guys don't know Perry Comics, make sure you're checking out Perry Comics and checking the content that he just dropped today. I got that notification, so I got to catch that on the rewind here tonight or tomorrow. Perry, good stuff, man. Handcuffs are kinky. Yes, we're peeping Perry's people, or peeping Perry's people in the peepers chat. We're peeping Toms. Perry's people peeping Toms. Either way, holy moly. Zuni's in the house. What's up, man? A little fist bump action for a new comic book day Wednesday. Harley David's still in the house. Absolutely, man. 246, but who's counting? Yeah, 220. Yeah, I got them. 246. My favorite was still 240. Buckle up. Kill, Semper Fi. What's up, Coffee and a Comic? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. For those of you that don't know, Harley and Coffee and a Comic are just a couple of individuals tonight that will be hanging out live for a Marine Corps birthday hangout. Stay tuned. Follow me on IG. We're going to share that out on IG. Supplements Comics is going to be there. Strange Tales to Collect will hopefully be there. Flash by Night, if I remember correctly. I'm doing this right off the top of my head and off a whim. There's going to be plenty of people there, and it's going to be a really good time. Peter Parker's Pants, say that 3 times fast. Once again, Peter, great seeing you at Motor City. It was great hanging out, man. Hello, Comic Man Andy, and everybody. Yut. Still my favorite. You undisciplined turd. Still my favorite. At least that's what we used it for back then. Perry is awesome. Absolutely. Perry's peeping people's in. Yes. Yeah, I'll get there one of these days. Holy moly. Hey, Peter, Harley, Coffee, Zuni. Absolutely. Great energy, good people rolling into the chat tonight. I can't wait to get into this. I'm starting at 8 tonight because at 9 o'clock, we are going to be rolling into that Marine Corps birthday stream. We'll share the links out on Instagram, so stay tuned there. If there are any wrenches in the chat tonight that are able to find that, Zuni, Perry, Zuni, Supplements Comics shared it earlier. The individual that's going to be doing that, if you can fish for that link and share that here on YouTube, we're going to be partying and hanging out over there. Player to player, pimp to pimp. Absolutely. Chad Cave is in the house. What is up, brother? Good to see you. Thanks for being here, man. The Burly Irishman. Absolutely. What's up? Good to see you, man. The brews shall be popping. They have been. What up? Come on, mama. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. April, I hope you are having a great week and having a happy new comic book day. Holy moly. Happy early Veterans Day. That is right. November is action-packed. We had my birthday just recently, and then we roll into Veterans Day. We roll into the Marine Corps birthday. We roll into some family anniversaries for my family, and then we roll into Veterans Day. November is action-packed. Next thing you know, it's going to be Thanksgiving, and holy moly, you're going to blink, and it'll be Christmas. And it's like somebody smacked me in the face. Good gravy. Dale of Suspense, what is good, brother? Thanks for being here. Happy new comic book day, man. One Shot Comics is in the house. Thanks for being here. Mojo Quid, man. What is up? What it do? Nephew, good to see you, man. Holy moly. At this point, November is just a prolonged thing. Yeah. That facts. Hashtag factual evidence or factual evidence. Hashtag facts right there, Harley. Absolutely. Yes. Come on, mama's good here and good to see you all. So where is Don? Don, where are you? I bought a DC book. Holy hell. Where's Don, everybody, this week? Holy moly, yes. We're gonna get into these books in just a second here. I'm gonna push through this as long as I can tonight. I'll get a little personal with you guys and share a little bit of information with people here hanging out. I actually have been dieting for some time and actually am going full bore in November, like strictly doing keto in November. I dabbled with it. I'm pushing through November. It's got me feeling really weird this month. And I guess I can go into details later after we get into these books, because you guys are here to see these books. K Titus, Konnichiwa from the land of the rising sun, Japan. K Titus, thanks for being here, man. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. There it is. There's the links for Simpleman's Comics YouTube channel. The live stream is actually going to be happening on another individual's channel, if I remember right. It just so happens that Simpleman's Comics shared that information on IG, like reposted it. That's the only place I can think of to find it and grab it. I am actually going to start working on grabbing that too while we sit and rammer on here. Rammer? It might as well be Monday. I can't talk. Holy moly. Strictly vodka, keto. Yes, exactly. It's just water. It's just water and ice. I swear to God. Hello, everyone. Zuni, what is up? Yes, good for you. Yeah, we'll get into that in announcements after the books, actually. I'll go into a little more into detail for the people that want to hang out for that. But yes, hope everybody had a great day. Yes, Wednesday is hump day. We are pushing through. We are going to get there because it is definitely in the middle of the week, and this is definitely feeling like it. You know what I mean? So, all right. Yeah, let's get into some books here, right? Let's get into some books. Holy moly. Yes, good for you, Andy. I'll join a gym when they install a seafood buffet in the back. Jesus Christ. Seafood is keto. Oh my God, I want some shrimp. Oh my God. Yes, I want some shrimp. Happy birthday, my man. Yes, just a few days ago. MVP, Maxfield Von Priestley. This is the channel over there where we're going to be doing the birthday stream. So if somebody could share that link or in a private message, MVP, shoot it over to one of the wrenches so that they can post it in here so that people could migrate over there to hang out for the Marine Corps birthday. That'd be great. That is starting in about 53 minutes. So that's kind of our countdown timer tonight. Fish tacos do sound amazing, actually. Oh my God, you make me hungry. Oh. First book up. Where is Dan? I'm stalling, waiting for Don Davis. Don Davis, book number 1 this week is a DC book. And why did I pick this up? I'm finally dipping my toes back into DC. Why? Look at the top of the book. Wait, it's not even on the top of the book, is it? Yes. Lemire and Wen. Nguyen? Wen. W-H-E-N? Wen? Like that kind of? Wen? I'm terrible at names. I am just as bad as Brian over there. There it is. There's the link. Come on, mama. Thank you so much. Hit that link over there. Give MVP a subscribe. Give him a follow and give him a thumbs up for tonight's show. Stop by. Say hi. Say happy birthday to all the Marines. It sounds like it's going to be a packed house over there, and there will be nothing but shenanigans and foxholes. Maybe some foxholes. By the way, DC, Batman, or Robin and Batman, I'm sorry, Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen, straight from Descender and Ascender, 2 of my favorite reads that we've done with No Good Comics and JP Comics and John's Comics with Kids over and the indie reads on JP's Comics channel, JP Budget Collecting channel. When I discovered this creative team with Descender some time ago with these guys, I absolutely fell in love. Descender is in my top 5 reads of all time, including Saga, Descender, like The Walking Dead. Let's see what else. I know there's something else that I'm forgetting. The Last of Us. That's like the first 4 that I can think of. But this creative team, I don't care what badging or what trade dress is on the book. I'm checking this out. This was fantastic. I am more of a fan of many other things than I am Batman and Robin or Robin and Batman, but this was fantastic. They delivered a nitty gritty, dirty Gotham that I was kind of floored. It looked amazing. The art was fantastic. The pacing was pretty good. I'm not the biggest Robin fan, so that's where the book kind of detracted a little bit for me. But this was good. I'm gonna pick up all 3 issues and see where this goes. It's a 3-issue miniseries, and I'm actually kind of wishing that a creative team like this creative team, if they were doing a Batman book for long term, I would be a long-term Batman reader, guaranteed. I'm at that point in my collecting phase where I'm focusing more on the creative teams that deliver the art and the writing styles that I like, more so than specific characters. Like we all grew up with heroes that we know and we love, and we kind of branch out a little bit and we find the things that we really, really love over the course of our lives. But to be honest, Batman's not been on the top of my list, nor has he been Batman or Robin been anywhere near the top of my list. But this creative team would push them higher on my list so that I was a regular Batman reader if they had them. I mean, the cover alone the cover alone is fantastic. I absolutely love it. This is a non-spoiler free new comic book day Wednesday, so we're not going to get it super detailed. I'm just going to say, if you like Descender and if you like Ascender, if you like Dustin Nguyen's work, if you like Jeff Lemire's writing, you don't want to miss this book. You really don't. You're going to enjoy it. If you want a little bit more in-depth, a little more detailed review, see John's Comics with Kids on TikTok and on the Facebook Reels if he's sharing them there. John's doing fantastic book reviews over there, and he'll give you a little bit more detail without spoiling it. I am unscripted, off the cuff, on the fly, and I don't want to spoil it, so I'm going to keep this really kind of like low-key. This was a good book not to miss this Wednesday. Or Tuesday. DC books come out Tuesday. See how uneducated I am about Tuesday? Did Don Davis show up yet? I'm still holding this up. Somebody hit the bat signal for Don Davis and tell him I bought a DC book. So there it is. That was good. I'm going to have to read it a couple of more times. Dustin Nguyen's art, really, I got to sink into it and really like fold it over me and wrap it around me like a blanket and then really kind of pay attention to what's going on. First read, I generally miss a handful of things. It's the second and third reads that I actually start to pick up everything that's going on. Speaking of picking up everything that's going on, here's a book that I picked up moving into Marvel. Thought I canceled it. This is the second story arc, Aliens number 8. The end of the first arc was not my cup of tea and really didn't live up to the expectations that I have. And apparently I didn't cancel it. So I'm going to leave this right on top of my keyboard here, which would be my cue that I can't do anything else after this show until I send an email saying, please cancel this book, because, that was $3 and $3.60 some odd cents after discount that I could have put to use somewhere else, really. To be honest, Alien series just isn't living up to the hype. Marvel bought the rights and ran with it and put a creative team on it that I don't feel like fits Aliens. I gotta be honest. I don't feel like the creative team really fits that sci-fi alien vibe that I was really hoping for. That needs to be darker. It needs to be grittier. The colors and the lines are too bold, in my opinion, but I'm still gonna enjoy it. I picked it up. The reason why I paid for the book and didn't leave it at my LCS is I still had it on my pull list and I ordered it, not thinking about it. So I'll drop it off the pull list. Ed, what is up, man? I'll drop it off the pull list here tonight. It's on my keyboard. I can't type anything else until I mash on that book. So that's my reminder. So we will hit up this chat. Pope Severus, thanks for being here. You want more these shrimps? Yes. MVP still here. We're going to hit up this chat here in just a little bit. Thank you, everybody. Almost 20 of you guys for hanging out. We're going to blaze through these books so we can actually do some announcements and hit up the chat and hang out for a while. And we might do a recap depending on how many people are still holding tight at the end here. We definitely picked up Venom number 1. I wanted to see what was going on. It's the beginning of a new arc, a new creative team. Al Ewing hasn't really been a blockbuster for me, like on You Only Find Them When They're Dead. I've kind of struggled reading that book. I really wanted to enjoy the sci-fi book that it was. I'm going to give this a shot. I opened it up and read the first 3 pages and I just couldn't stay interested, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's the art style or I'm going to have to actually give this some time. I rush myself a little more than I probably should on Wednesdays after I get home from the LCS to read all of the books before I go live. And this is one of the ones that I definitely set aside. In fact, I was so pressed for time tonight, I actually only was able to read a few books, so you guys can punish me later for that one. That was a little kinky. But Venom number 1's on the stack. I'm hearing people already talk in the community that Venom number 2 is going to be a first appearance, and the 616 Comics today released a variant cover with the first cover appearance of the character. So check out 616 Comics, check out that cover appearance, check out number 2. I'm going to buy the first 6 issues of this probably and kind of see where it goes. Right? Because we're talking Dylan in a new arc. I kind of want to jump in at the start and see where this goes, right? So it's hitting the reading piles because I just sometimes, I don't know if I pressure myself to read everything or what, but if I open a book and it's the first 3 pages aren't holding my attention, I move on to the next one and I drop it in the reading pile because I must need to have a different frame of mind. Something's going on where I need to think differently to get into the book. But moving right along on Marvel books, one book that I was definitely trying to read before I went live and didn't get a chance to, Star Wars The High Republic with my, you know what? This is, yes. Yeah. Yep. Yep. This is my cover pick of the week. Star Wars The High Republic number 11. I love what they did here with this cover. And I was finally caught up on High Republic as of last month, and I had full intentions of actually reading this one before going live, and I didn't get a chance to. This one is next up on the reading pile. I'm kind of excited to see where this goes, but this is my cover pick of the week. I love this all black cover with the reds in there. And you know, the best part is, as tough as all black covers are to get in high grade, Penguin finally figured their out. You know what I mean? Penguin finally figured it out. All of the Star Wars books are looking better than they have in quite some time, and I didn't see any damaged Marvel books. You know what I did? I saw damaged indie books actually that had nothing to do with Penguin this week. We'll get into that in just a minute. But Star Wars High Republic number 11 hits the reading pile. That's going to be first up when we get done tonight. And sticking with Star Wars, we got the Peach Momoko variant cover, and it's just like hashtag buy everything Star Wars. I just don't know why I do it to myself, but right now we're getting close to the holidays. I'm going to start trimming back, and Star Wars is probably going to be one of those titles that I trim back on because we're deep into Star Wars High Republic and High Republic Adventures and everything else. We're well past the first story arc on a lot of these books. So if I miss out on some stuff, I don't feel like I'm going to be chasing a $200 key 5 years from now, so to speak. And we did get the 1 in 25. This is where I definitely have to stop buying these. This is not a 1 in 25 cover. This is not a 1 in 25 cover. And this is kind of the argument that I have with myself all the time on Wednesdays when there's Star Wars stuff out. A lot of the 1 in 25s that are dropping and 1 in 50s for Star Wars just don't cut the cake, so to speak, when it talks about when you talk about like ratios. This is definitely not going to hold its value. It's definitely not going to, no, it's not going to be worth what I paid for it out of my LCS. I don't get discounts on ratio variants, but the completionist collector in me says that I have to grab everything. Not a great cover there. And I'm in agreement. Come on, mama. Definitely still going to read the book, at least the cover A, but it's time to sit back. It's time to sit down, buckle up, and why am I saying buckle up a lot tonight? Chop off or trim some Star Wars books because, like I said, we're going into the holidays. So that's it for DC. That's it for Marvel. And I'm kind of excited to get back into Venom. Hopefully I can get into the right frame of mind and have it hold my attention. I don't know what it is. The pages seemed almost too clear cut. Like it totally digitally done. Tell the artwork is totally digitally done. And I'm like, either way. Moving on to the indie side of things, and I still consider Image to be indie, even though they are the size that they are. Oh my God, that cover is hideous. Yes, Sneakerhead. I agree with you that cover is hideous. They need to stop making variant covers. There's a lot of collectors out there like me that are completionist collectors that they put a title on their pull list and they tell their LCS all covers, all copies, all printings without even looking at the covers. And then when it comes to New Comic Book Day, you get there and you're like, oh, I don't want to buy this, but I ordered it and my LCS paid for it based on my agreement with them to order it for me. I'm not going to just leave them holding the bag on something that I requested to order. But in the same fashion, I need to be more responsible about what I order, especially when it comes to Star Wars. I feel like I'm left holding the bag with Star Wars books, and I don't want to get too much onto a soapbox with that, really. But I agree, the cover's not great. That looks like the 125 that fell out of Ugly Tree and every branch coming down. I hear you. I've cut my pull list to the bone. Anything I don't like gets cut. I'm not far from that, besides grabbing some new stuff. But that's the problem. Pope says absolutely. Image. Indie book section, Image, whether they're an indie creator or not, I still kind of consider them indie, especially from the 90s on. I mean, just where they created everything or where they began, so to speak. I still feel like they're indie in my heart. But what's the furthest place from here? I decided to pick this up after hearing a lot of community rumble going on about this and a lot of people messaging me, hey, there's a foil variant at this website. There's this going on. There's that going on. We were talked about a little bit on some of its Comic News Weekly yesterday night, and there was a vinyl variant that was I couldn't find it anywhere at any of my LCSs. Gone. Severely allocated. Seems like it's gonna be a hot book. Sounds like a ton of people are asking for it. I decided to stick with the cover A. I almost went full ham fist and picked up everything. They had the 1 in 50 there. They had the 1 in 100 there. They had all of the variants except for that vinyl variant cover, which they had the Simmons one. They had the one where it's like a vinyl cover. And it's kind of like a colored pencil-y done. Simmons did a really good job with that cover. They had that, but there's one that had like I don't know if it had a record with it or the picture I was kind of confused on. They had everything except for that one. It was mostly yellow. And the reason why this wasn't quite on my radar is when I was flipping through previews, I feel like it was the artwork that led me to not add it to my pull list. But there's enough community buzz going on that I decided to pick it up, at least cover A. I stood there for 20 minutes in my LCS wanting to go full ham fist and grab everything because the 1 in 50s are going to be a connecting variant set that create a giant map. Now that I've read the book, I'm glad I didn't go full ham fist and didn't buy everything. So, not a bad book. If you like indie books, if you like, there's a few titles out there that escape me at the moment. This was not a terrible book by any means. But based on the artwork and what was delivered here, I feel like I'm just going to stick with cover A. I'm going to add the first few books out of here because this is Boss and Rosenberg. I feel like they're doing okay, but this book was like, there's no context to what's going on really. You're kind of dropped right into the world of these kids in a post-apocalyptic like neighborhood-ish area, and they have turf. They have their own turfs, if you will, or sectors, or I'm not sure what the correct speak is for this, but they have their own little areas and they get into a bit of a brawl and you kind of get introduced to the characters. There's not a lot of context to exactly what the hell is going on though. So, and I wasn't the greatest fan about a lot of the pages were seriously like 9 or 12 block. Just it escapes me at the moment. There wasn't a lot of like artwork to behold, so to speak. There was a lot of not bubbles, but there were a lot of panels. There was like 9 to 12 panels, and the pages were all similarly laid out. Like you're flipping a page, and it's like deja vu, deja vu, deja vu. And the color palette is not very diverse on the book either. So I felt like they were using color to kind of like set a tone or set a mood. I could see that and I could feel that. But page to page, there wasn't much color diversity in my opinion between characters and between layouts and scenes and stuff like that. So a lot of it got really muddied and really mushed together. I'm gonna see where this goes. What is that? 4 kids rob a bank or 4 kids walk into a bank. If you like, I've been hearing that people say that if you like that one, you're gonna like this. I'm gonna give this a try because I feel like it could be fun because I am totally into the post-apocalyptic kind of sci-fi and let me shake this book around some more. Either way, it wasn't on my radar. I didn't order it out of previews with my LCS. I just picked it up on a whim based on what everybody else in the community was saying as what I was reading. So we're going to continue moving on real quick. It's already been 23 minutes. Sea of Stars 11 is out from Image. This creative team continues to take longer breaks between issues than I anticipate. And I have no idea where this is at. This is just hitting the reading pile. I loved the first 2 story arcs of this series. So I'm going to add this and see where it goes. But it's one of those issues that I'm not going to be able to read it on New Comic Book Day. I'm going to have to go back and read the 3 or 4 or 5 issues before that just to get caught up to this one again. It's been months. It's been months since we've seen an issue, and this is like the 3rd time that they've taken a break like that. So that's too many breaks for me. I can't stay current on an issue when there's that much time split between issues. Sticking with Image still, though, we've got Sweetwater, number 11. This series has been good. I flipped through the first couple of pages. This is number 2 on my reading pile for later on tonight behind Star Wars The High Republic. That's been a very fun read from Zdarsky. It really has. Speaking of interesting reads, but good reads was Maze Book issue 3 is out from Jeff Lemire. This hits the reading pile. It's just going to be a mini series if I remember correctly. So I haven't been like focusing on staying current up to date with this because eventually the last book's going to be out and I'm just going to sit down and binge read it on a rainy day. I love everything Lemire lately. So that one I couldn't pass up. And you say, well, Andy, why didn't you just buy the trade paperback? I could, but there's something about the collectability of single issues. Then if I'm incredibly in love with the story, then I'll go get the trade paperback as well. Speaking of single issues, Telepass 3 of 6 is out from AWA Upshot. This one was a straight order out of previews. I liked the story idea. I still don't even recall reading the first 2 issues, hitting the reading pile. So like I said, we're going to continue trucking right along tonight, and you guys can yell at me later for having such a large reading pile. But next up is one of my indie favorites, and that's Canto 3. Lionhearted number 4 is out with this fantastic Drew Zucker cover. Absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed it. I'm going to go reread it again. I feel like it's been a hot minute since I've read issue 3. So I want to get the first couple of issues out and get current with that and sit down and read this again. We're getting more layers. We're getting depth. We're getting more layers. And like I've said in the past, reading Canto as it goes on progressively, the art, you can see the progression of the characters and the art with Drew and David M. Boer, and they're doing a fantastic job. And I can't wait to see where they continue taking Canto in the future. I don't recall if this is the last issue. No. There's maybe the next issue is the last one. There's only a couple more issues in Lionhearted, if I remember correctly. But we did get the 1 in 10, the retailer incentive. So as a completionist collector, if it's available, I'm going to make sure I grab it or at least order it. So that one is on the stack as well. So that's a fair bit of books for this week. Not too bad. Not too shabby. I think the original total was like $50. There's one more book sitting over here. The original total was like $50 for the week. And I was like, that's fantastic. After my discounts, it should be about, $40. It's a comfortable new comic book day, right? But I was walking through, I needed another cardboard box for CDC slabs for storage. I'm desperately running out of storage here. I'm drastically running out of storage here when it comes to slabs and when it comes to raw books. So that will lead into another announcement coming up because there'll be a Whatnot auction this Friday, 8 p.m. Download the Whatnot app. Follow me. You don't have to buy anything. At least come and hang out and be a part of that because it is going to be a blast. That is my time to unwind and give people some fantastic deals on some stellar books. I got plenty of books that I need to pull out and get ready. I've already started adding slabs, and there's another big stack of slabs behind me back here that I'm going to add. But the truly last book for the week, speaking of Drew Zucker, is The House. The trade paperback was on the shelf and available this week from my LCS. And I am really looking forward to reading this. I think he did a fantastic job. I've seen the original art for this available on his website. And I just, knowing Drew, knowing that this was sitting there, I couldn't pass up the chance to support him and get this great read. And I'm hoping that somebody out there will want to do a book club review of this at some point. Maybe JP will, JP Budget Collects will on his channel. We'll talk about that in the future. But that's new comic book day. It's time to get into this chat and hang out a little bit more. We got some announcements. I got some personal stuff I'm going to continue to share with you guys because it's interesting. We're going to get into this after this chat in just a little bit here. Yes, you'll join a gym and when they install a seafood buffet in the back, and God, shrimp sounds good, man. Absolutely. The actual MVP is MVP Maxfield Von Priestley. Don't forget, Come On Mama dropped the link in the channel earlier where we're doing the Marine Corps birthday hangout over on MVP's channel. That'll be coming up in just about half an hour. So we've got about 20, 25 more minutes here to hang out as people filter in, and we might even have time for a recap after we get through some announcements. Happy birthday, Marines. Absolutely. Yes, good pick, Andy. That Robin and Batman, Dustin Nguyen and Jeff Lemire read was really good. I really enjoyed it. Absolutely. Ed, what is up, brother? Good to see you. Thanks for being here, man. Solo Wookie, I knew you bought a DC book. The ground was unusually cold even for Arizona. I knew hell had frozen over. I'm not against DC. I'm just against average, boring DC reads. And Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen definitely made that one not boring for me. Just that creative team is really what I love to watch, look at, read. You know what I mean? Let me know how you like it. I have yet to read Venom as well. Like I said, I got 3 pages in and it wasn't holding my interest. And I felt like I was allocating time and kind of prioritizing the books that I really wanted to get into for the week. So it hits the reading pile for now, and that's okay. I'm not going to feel bad about not reading all my books because I will get to them at some point. Steve White is in the house tonight. Good to see him, man. Thanks for being here. Yeah, that was not a great cover. That was not a great cover, that Star Wars book. They need to stop making variant covers. Oh my God, the cover is hideous. Yeah, it looks like the 120. Yeah, everybody, it wasn't great. And I feel bad. Well, I don't feel bad. I'm just not happy with myself for paying $20 for a 125 that I don't really like. But it's the completionist collector in me is like, you got to have the whole set, right? I got to get away from that. Got to get away from that. I hear you. I have to cut my pull list. Absolutely. I'm right there with you. Especially hard when Star Wars are delayed. Yeah, you never know which one's going to go up. This is true. This is true. Uh-oh. Station, everyone. We've got the great Herminio Reyes Jr.'s in the house. What's up, Big Herm Collectibles? Sadly, they were not able to do their show tonight. Sam was feeling a little under the weather. Hopefully, Sam's Tangled Web is feeling better this week or later this week or next week. It'll be great to see you guys back on. Thank you, Big Herm, for being here. Good to see you, brother. The deluxe edition, I could not get it despite pre-ordering 4 months ago. Really? Seriously? 4 months in advance, you still couldn't get it? Vinyl variant allocated. Super mad about that. Yeah, I walked in the LCS. That's one of the first things they said to me when I was looking at that book. That everything got allocated for that issue. Let me retract. That cover was allocated, and pretty much most of the regulars at my LCS were asking for it, and they weren't too happy about it either. So that means pay attention or keep an eye out or be on the lookout for issues. That specific variant for issue 2 as well. So I heard some guys at the LCS talking about how it was kind of a band that they liked, and I forgot to ask them what it was, but keep your eye out. Absolutely. Picked up the 1 in 25 or 1 in 50 for $20, so that's not bad. My LCS actually had the 1 in 50 at like 40 some odd dollars, and I'm like, I really kind of like the idea of getting all of those connecting pieces together to create the map and getting them graded in CGC slabs. And my brain's like, oh, if they're all 9.8, and it'd be so cool to see that. And then I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. Not right now. Read the book first and see if you like it. That's kind of where I was at. Yep. And who else is here hanging out right now? So many people saying hi. Sweetwater is donuts. Stillwater is a comic. Ooh. Yeah. I said Sweetwater apparently. Yeah, there's a donut place where I live that's called Sweetwater. So that you can see how I can get it confused. And being on a diet, I'm thinking about nothing but food. What is Aquaman's favorite fruit? He says watermelon. That was a sink or swim moment for you, and it didn't swim. Get it? There you are, Luke. Oh, good to see you, man. So looking forward to reading Stillwater. I definitely want to get into that as well. Sea of Stars, Stillwater, Mazebook, Canto, most AWA, Vault, Aftershock, Behemoth. Pope, I believe, is talking about what are indie books, and yeah, I still kind of feel like Image is indie, but I know even my LCS doesn't consider Image to be indie anymore. You have a desperately drastic lack of storage. Yeah, I don't know why I said that either. Yes. What is Aquaman's favorite color? Oh, come on, Luke. Come on. Aquamarine? That's terrible. That one's really bad, and I usually accept all dad jokes. I was sad that I did not get the Furthest Place from Here deluxe edition with the vinyl album. Okay, so it was the deluxe edition that you had to order to get the final album. Okay. Looking forward to hearing the music. Oh, so is that like We Live? Like on We Live, you could scan the barcode and you could listen to the music that they created for that. Whereas this was an actual vinyl that came with it and you got to listen to the music for the series. That's kind of dope. That's actually kind of dope. I was told that no one got the album. Wow. Ouch. Wow. Not sure if it's true. Yeah. Feel better, Sam. Feel better, man. Why did the boy turn down the invisible woman? Because he just couldn't see her going to the party. Oh my God. That one's. It's like Wonder Woman and her invisible plane. Do you ever see Will think, what? Did I just have a stroke? Do you ever think we'll see invisible airplanes? Me neither. I just can't see him taking off. That's kind of. Stillwater is great. Average Will, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I agree with you. I think that has been a fun read and kind of a little not thriller, but not edgy. It's a little thrilling. I think that would make a really good show to binge watch, like maybe like a one season special on Netflix or something like that. Like I can't think of it at the moment, but Michael, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. We are quickly running down this chat. We're going to share some announcements. We're going to talk about a couple of things, and then potentially do a quick recap before closing out for the night, depending on how many people are still here. Image is the big two. So yeah, really, like you guys saying Image is taking over the spot of DC? Maybe is it Marvel and Image now? I don't know. There's a lot of DC readers out there. We'll see. Blake is the artist on the What is the Furthest from the Wreck from her record. He was the main dude from Jawbreaker. Ooh, good to know, Peter, man. Good to know. Thanks for sharing that. The music part is awesome. Addition. I agree. I actually really liked that with We Live. When We Live did that, I was actually listening to that soundtrack while reading the book. My only complaint was that the soundtrack, or not, it wasn't even a soundtrack. It was a sound clip, and it was too short. I could get a page or two in and it would be over. And if you're going to make a sound clip for a book like that, just extend it. Even if it has to loop, extend it on a loop so it goes for the entire book, the average time it takes a human to read a comic book, so that I'm listening to that sound clip, even if it has to be on a loop for the entire read. That's kind of what I was interested in. So we're going to get into announcements really quick here. That catches us up on the chat. Thank you all 21 of you for sitting here, hanging out down in the ComicManAndy Comic Cave and Comic Dojo. And one of the announcements that we're going to talk about is there is a Whatnot auction this Friday. I've got books behind me to load up. I've got to get a 30-second promo recorded for the app. There's going to be some big books, and there's going to be some dollar starts. There's going to be some books that are going to start way more than $1, but we're going to work to give some fantastic deals. Canto, #1, the retailer instead of 9.8. Cheapest I can find on eBay is like $1,200. I have it posted for $1,200 on there. That doesn't mean in the auction that I won't post it up for a much cheaper price to start out at. So we're going to give some fantastic deals. We're going to move some comic books. So if you're looking for some stuff, hop on the Whatnot app. Look for that auction this Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hit that follow button. Then look for that tag down there to see what's loaded at the time. I'm going to continue loading books tonight. And then I'm probably going to finalize what's going into the auction tomorrow and then record the promo so that the promo is available Thursday night into Friday, all day Friday. And then we're going to let the beard out and we're going to unwind and party down here in the dojo Friday night. So that means really, as far as announcements, there's not a ton more. The Motor City Comic Con video is up and getting decent views. I'm excited for that. I kind of experimented and dabbled a little bit with a little advertising and kind of like, well, what happens with this? And you'd be interested how quickly a video will take if you don't do some of that stuff right. That was a very fun experiment and got to see it get like 20 seconds worth of viewership. I'm pretty proud of that video. I learned a lot though. We definitely have a smartphone gimbal now for the next couple of conventions. So it removes a lot of the bounciness that happened in there. I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to editing in a way that I haven't done before in the past, which means the Baltimore video should hopefully be another step up with some other learned tactics and some other knowledge, new knowledge, so to speak. But announcement wise, yeah, the Baltimore video I'm going to work on the end of this week or this weekend and try to get that posted for next week. You know, we've got next Monday is Mail Call Monday / Modern Comic discussion at some point. We'll start making that every other week flop. Tuesday's Comic News Weekly. Wednesday's New Comic Book Day again, and tonight is it's the Marine Corps birthday right now. So there's going to be a Marine Corps birthday hangout on MVP's channel. That link is dropped in the chat. Scroll up, take a look for that. Come hang out. Come say hi. Come say happy birthday. Throw him a subscribe and a like, and hit that notification bell so you know when he's dropping content. But if you guys can't tell, I sound quite a bit different already. Just a few minutes in here talking. It's because my mouth is incredibly dry. And I'll get a little bit of personal with you guys here before we get into a recap of books. If you guys want to recap a book, say something now. I experimented with a keto diet a little bit last month because, yeah, the last year and a half has done different things to different people and it hasn't been great to everybody. And I unfortunately hit 305 pounds. 305 pounds. And it was terribly uncomfortable and not good feeling, and I need to do something different. I always told myself that it doesn't matter what I eat. I work hard. I'm busy. I'm burning enough calories. That is not the case. No matter how busy I am or how hard I work, I'm just not burning the calories that I need to lose weight based on what I was eating. So I've made a drastic change to go into a keto diet. It's very awkward. My mouth gets really dry. Your body starts flushing all the fluids out because you don't need that much water if you're not eating carbohydrates. So it's been a whole long journey of the last month and a half to learn how this works. And I tried it out. I dipped my toe in that pool to see what would happen. And I dropped from 305 to 283 in like a month. What? Holy sheet. Seriously. My next goal now is for the month of November to stay on the keto diet and stay in ketosis for the entire month. Now, granted, it kind of sucked that November 4th was my birthday. So the old ComicManAndy said, nope, it's birthday. I'm getting a cheeseburger. And I went and got a cheeseburger. So I cheated. It's taken 4 or 5 days to get back into ketosis. My mouth gets dry really fast. It's kind of a weird, uncomfortable feeling, but I've had more energy now than I've ever had before. And to be able to drop from 305 to 280, what did I say, 283 roughly in a month, I really want to see what I can do this November from start to finish. And my next goal weight is 260. So I know that this isn't really a comic discussion. I know this necessarily hasn't been the platform that everybody's come to see about this, but I'm going to start getting a little bit personal, and hold myself accountable this month and stay in this whole keto diet thing because I want to reach my next goal weight. I want to continue to feel more energy and feel better. And it's been like, this was the most energetic I've been all day at my job for a long time. I had so much energy going on. It's just feeling so good. Planet Arizona Comics, thanks for coming here. I'll recap the books if people are interested in recapping. We are just going over some announcements. It's the Marine Corps birthday tonight. We're going over to MVP's channel and doing a Marine Corps birthday live stream there, starting in about just under 20 minutes. And just kind of going over some other announcements. There's a Whatnot sale this Friday. Like I said, I'm going to be posting those books tonight. I'm on TikTok now too. I started a TikTok account. I just don't know why. Saw John do it. And I saw how much fun John was having. I decided to try it, and it's been kind of fun. I've released a few videos, and I want to continue doing more stuff there. So new comic book day Mondays, stuff like that, like micro clip content from these shows. Or if I'm in the middle of something, I just record it. And I'm not gonna be a professional TikToker by any means, but I think it's kind of a fun outlet for some more content or some shorter stuff. And also, it's really cool for cross platform awareness. People that are on TikTok don't really know about a bunch of the YouTube community on YouTube, and people that are on YouTube might not necessarily know about the comic book community that's forming and developing on TikTok. Like Whatnot has a very large presence on TikTok right now. So that's something that I've been checking out. IG Reels has been a ton of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with that actually, based on some ideas and thoughts and feedback from some friends there. One True Nerd King, who actually is in my neck of the woods, has discussed meeting up and doing some IG Reels, and I really like that idea. We actually did a live stream on his Whatnot or his IG account. That was a ton of fun. So that was good. But yes, Planet Arizona, catching you on the drive home. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for stopping by and hitting that thumbs up. One Shot Comics, have one cheat day a week. So that's what's called keto cycling. And keto cycling in and out is doable, but it takes a solid 48 hours for me to get back into keto. Maybe keto cycling is something I can do when I'm in a much better place and much better shape and I'm much healthier. But I don't know if you guys can tell. If you go back to the very start of my channel and look at some of the videos, you can actually see me gaining a substantial amount of weight over the last 2.5, 3 years. It's time to do something about it because I don't want to not be here, 20, 30, 40 years from now or whatever. So it's really time to get on that. And it's just, I always told myself for years, well, I would work it out so that I'm in a gym where I'm working the calories off and I don't want to change what I'm eating. Now, I have to change what I'm eating. I could still have that cheeseburger. I just can't have that bun, so to speak. And I'll figure all that stuff out. But it's all about what and how much you eat. Yes, portion control is massively huge. I went from 250 to 215 in 4 months by cutting back on sugar and snacks. So yeah, I quit drinking pop several months ago. And that's been a huge thing. no candy, no sugar, none of that stuff. And now it just became okay, now that I've toned it down to that level, I can get rid of the next level of sugar, so to speak, because carbs essentially turn into simple sugars. My understanding is if you're eating too many carbs, it just turns into basic sugar. So that next level was to cut out the carbs and start working on a full keto diet. And I was worried that I was going to be constantly hungry and not get enough food. That's not the case. I ate the smallest portions I've ever had in forever the last couple of days, and I feel full constantly all the time, and that's not a big deal. So getting through that mindset, getting into that mindset and staying there. But yes, best of luck. Thank you, One Shot. My next goal weight's 260. If I can make 260, I want to make 250. And if I can make 250, then I can start looking at 225 and get down there, like really get down there. Like I am no spring chicken. I'm not going to be running 9 miles a day again. I'm not going to be running 9 or 10 miles a day like we did in the Marine Corps. No, I don't have the knees for that. I don't have the back for that. But what I need to be is healthy, so I can find a way to do that at some point. That would be fun. That interview with Nerd King was fun to watch. That was a blast. Tons of good energy there. Attaboy, Andy, we're with you. Yeah. One of the things that's going to help is getting out to more conventions. I think I walked 9 miles a day. No, 8 or so miles a day at Motor City. I was very active at Motor City, very active at Baltimore, even though it was a long ass drive. Either way, getting out and being more active is going to be a big part of that, because as much as I love to talk about comic books and sit here and talk about comic books, I need to be out and be active as well, and not just sit down here all weekend long editing videos. And it's great that I'm teaching myself these things, but I can't just sit there the entire time. Do you guys want a quick recap on the books? Do we have anybody here that's new that did not get to see this week's books? Speaking of November and speaking of birthdays, if I hadn't shared this with you guys, this was a massively epic birthday present from the CEO of the Comic Dojo, The Art of the Last of Us Part 2. This is the deluxe. This is the deluxe edition with all of the art, and it has the awesome slipcase, and then also has an art print in here, which this shouldn't be too hard to get to. The Last of Us is a fantastic series that I'm absolutely in love with. The comic books, the video games, both of the video games, and The Last of Us just wrapped up shooting and on the final episode of the season. So Planet wants a recap. We are going to get a recap going here. But this deluxe edition came with a super cool art print right in there with a nice, this reminds me of like a diploma, or I remember my diploma coming in something like this from high school. Either way, so I am absolutely over the moon, and she's gotten really good at finding deals. This deluxe book was like retail. This deluxe book was, where did it go? This was almost $100. I think it was $80 or $90. I think she scored that for like 30 some odd bucks. She is doing an awesome job finding fantastic deals. That hunt, she's really onto the hunt now. We're going to go backwards right into the books for the quick recap. And starting off from the last one, the House from Drew Zucker was available, and I didn't want to miss this out. An opportunity to support Drew Zucker, and he had original art on his website from this series. So take a peek over there at the Drew Zucker website and look to see if the original art is still there, because that stuff was looking really good. I almost picked up a couple of pages, but the budget wasn't there for more original art right now. I need to save up for more original art stuff. Couldn't find many of my books. I'm like, really interesting. I'm kind of hearing that too, that some books just didn't quite make it this week. But speaking of Drew Zucker, Canto 3, Lionhearted, number 4. There's the 1 in 10 that we picked up. Then we've got that fantastic cover A by Drew Zucker that is just astonishing. I love that cover. If there's original art to this cover, oh man. I got no words for that at the moment. AWA Upshot, Telepass, number 3 of 6, hitting the reading pile. I ordered it because it sounded really good in previews, and it's only 6 issues. I think I'm just going to let this sit on the reading pile till all 6 issues are out, and then I'm going to sit down and binge read it. And moving right along, Maze Book by Jeff Lemire. This is issue number 3. You guys in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't this like a 6-issue miniseries or a 5? This is probably going to be one of those ones where I catch a little bit of it, and then I end up just rereading on a rainy day through the whole series once it's all out. So, Sea of Stars, number 11. I'm kind of disappointed and sad at the number of breaks they have been taking between issues, which I get it. There's other things going on, and life is bigger than just one comic book. but that means that this hits the reading pile and I'm not going to get caught up until I can pull out all the other issues and refresh my memory where we were at with that series. So then Stillwater number 11 is out. This is next up on the reading pile. This and a couple other ones. So we're going to set that right off to the side in a separate pile to read that tonight. What's the furthest place from here? Indie pickup for the week, or image pickup for the week that I had not ordered or placed on my pull list, but I picked it up based on the community talking about it. And I was really kind of interested where this is going to go. Four Kids Walking to the Bank is a lot of people I've been hearing has said if you like Four Kids Walking to the Bank, that you're going to enjoy this one. I like the premise of the idea. I like that, but this issue kind of drops you in there in a 2-day period, and there's not a lot of context on what the hell is going on. So hopefully they make up for that in issues 2 and 3. What the hell happened? That's what I want to know. What happened? Next up on Marvel, Star Wars: The High Republic, the 1 in 25. This is a hot fire doo-doo water cover, and everybody in the chat's been in agreement tonight that this is not cutting the cake when it comes to a 1 in 25. And yeah, I kind of wish I had that $20 back that I spent on this, but in the moment, it's like I just, as a completionist collector, collect all of them. You know what that means? That means issue 11, all the issues are going to end up together, bundled together, and probably at some point, once I get done reading them, and whether or not I decide to keep the Star Wars collection might end up on Whatnot or getting shuttled along somewhere to somebody else. Either way, I'm going to get my enjoyment out of it while I can, and then just kind of let it sit in the box and see what marinates, see what happens. Mark the Cuddy Sark, thanks for being here, man. Good to see you. We are doing a quick recap of the books before we close out for the night because we're getting ready for a live stream for the Marine Corps birthday over on MVP's channel. That link is further up in the chat. So the Peach Momoko number 11 is out. Peach, what? What did I just say? Peach Momoko is available. And this is my cover pick of the week. This is seriously my cover pick of the week. Star Wars High Republic number 11. Super, super cool. All black cover. And Penguin has finally figured it out. All of these Star Wars books look really good. There was one book this week from Dynamite, that one book from Dynamite that came out that we were talking about on Semblance Comics News Weekly. That one all had giant corner crunches. It was all damaged, but this looked pretty good. JP, what is up, man? Final recap, and then we close out for the night. I didn't intend to go this long, so I'm getting a little long-winded here. We went into some personal areas. JP, man, you want to talk about health and fitness? JP, I've dabbled into keto, and now I've made the full push into a keto diet for the month of November, and I got the dry mouth. I've got everything going on. Like we went from 305 to 283 when we were dabbling with it. And I realized what potential it actually has and spoke with my healthcare professional and got the green light to try this. And month of November, JP, man, the month of November, this isn't going to be easy, but I'm going to try and stay in ketosis for the entire month and see where I can end up before we start going to C2E2, because I want to be a little bit more healthy and a little bit more comfortable walking around at C2E2 for 4 days, essentially. But last book for Marvel was Venom number 1. I got the first 2 or 3 pages into it, and I just realized that I wanted to rebudget time for this one later, so it's still in the reading pile. I'm going to buy the first 6 issues probably and see what happens and see if I can get sucked into that or not. But those first 3 pages really didn't suck me in much. So, you know what did suck me in, though, speaking of not sucking, was Robin and Batman from Lemire Nguyen. This was good. This was really good. I'm not a big fan of Robin at all. I'm kind of like lukewarm when it comes to Batman, right middle of the road, so to speak, with Batman. But when you add a creative team like this ended up being a really good read. I love how dark and nitty and gritty Gotham looked, and how kind of real world gruffy or real world like nitty and gritty Batman looked. Like he wasn't pretty. He looked like he'd been run through the ringer and looked like he'd been up for days. That's Batman. That's Batman right there. So I'm sticking with all 3 issues of this. It's only a 3-issue miniseries. I'm kind of sad that it's only a miniseries, but hopefully this sells well enough with DC that they decide to bring this creative team back for some more Batman stuff. Because if Dustin Nguyen and Jeff Lemire were on an ongoing run of Batman, I would be an ongoing buyer of Batman. This creative team would have me being a regular buyer for Batman. Shop for Comics, what is up, man? JP, thank you, sir. We're going to try it out. The next goal weight is 260, so that is a 23 pounds away. I probably will be some point in January if I can do well that I can actually make that. I'm on track to do like 6 to 8 pounds a month is what I'm going for safely, like safely. But if you can't tell, it's why my voice starts to sound weird after a little bit while. After a little while, I get dry mouth really fast on this. Definitely, it's a sign of being in ketosis. Is dry mouth, having to go to the bathroom constantly. It's your body shedding all the fluids. Say you can't go day in and day out fighting and not look bet up. Say you can't go day in and day out fighting and not look bet up. Help me out, Shop for Comics. Where am I at with that? Station Luke's, absolutely. Be safe. Thank you, Mark the Cuddy Sark. That's been New Comic Book Day. We did the announcements, we did the recap. Don't forget, I'm on TikTok. If you guys like tooling around TikTok, throw me a follow, throw me the occasional like on the videos. I'm actually going to be posting a TikTok tonight. And absolutely beat up, he says. If you can't go day in and day out fighting and not look beat up. Oh, yeah, Batman. Yeah, exactly. That's and I feel like DC, the artists they've had on Batman for quite some time now, just make him look way too pretty and way too. This Batman looks a little more realistic, if you will, so to speak. I mean, he's just a guy with a bunch of money, right? No superpowers, but either way. I'm going to be posting a TikTok later tonight. I'm going to be jumping over here shortly to that happy birthday, that Marine Corps birthday stream on MVP's channel a little bit. Going to be posting an IG reel. I like posting that mini content because it doesn't take a lot of commitment to create something very fun and inviting and even educational, if you will. Whereas a 20 to 40-minute YouTube video can take a week or two for me in some circumstances. I need to find new avenues that allow me to use technology in a way that can shorten that. But that's where I'm kind of having fun with the micro content. So follow me on IG, follow me on Instagram. That's the same thing. Follow me on TikTok. Head over there. And Whatnot. Follow me on the Whatnot app because there's a Whatnot auction this Friday at 8 p.m. I know I'm a little long-winded tonight and I keep going. So I'm going to end this out right here and say thank you to everybody that hangs out every week and brings great energy and re-energizes me. And I hopefully you guys get some good energy from this as well, because this connective tissue that we call comic books is fantastic, right? But the most fantastic thing every time are all of you, every day, every week, every month, every year, that continue to come back and cycle in and cycle out. And I hope you guys get re-energized every time you're here, because you guys definitely bring good energy to me and help pick me up to power on through the rest of the week and into next week. That's why I continue to come back here, is to be a part of you guys and be a part of this community. And I definitely enjoy it and can't thank you guys enough. That's been New Comic Book Day. You guys know how I'm going to do this, right? I'm going to go peace out. I'm going to go pinkies out. I'm going to catch you on the flip side for the next video. And remember, the most important part all day, every week, be original and take care of each other. See you guys in the next one.
Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.
Excuse me while I change. The roller boogie has made me sweaty. Yeah, sweaty. I love gold. I love gold. I love gold.